How's it going, everybody? I thought I would make one last video before we get back into in school. The exciting news that we're going to be back together, which is nice. Um, I the so as we go into the getting back into school in on Tuesday, we look forward to everybody coming back and getting back into the groove of school. Um, we were kind of talking about it in our staff meeting and how essentially we are treating it like the beginning of the year in essence. So, yeah, it's definitely more of just a welcome party and trying to make everybody feel at home. Um, so on that topic of home, I was thinking of uh, calls to home earlier in the week, and um, I was thinking about when I grew up. My dad, when where we lived growing up, or for a time. I lived right across from my elementary school, actually, CM Finch. There were some townhouses that, yeah, there were some townhouses that we lived across from our elementary school, CM Finch, that I went from like kindergarten to grade seven at. And uh, so when we would play, as kids, because essentially our front lawn would go to, like, our front, right in front of our townhouse was our school, and the playground and everything. So we would go and just run out the front door or the back door to get to the school. And there was the school playground that was there that we could play around in, and there was also some bushes that were like alongside there, and so we would go and play in the bushes, or we would uh, play in the playground kind of thing, and just run around, do whatever we wanted kind of thing. And as, I think a lot of the time when we were playing, my dad would say that we would have to stay in front of the house. Maybe not either, but we would just play in front of the house. When we were playing like that, my dad, his way of calling us home would be to, he whistled. He had a really loud, high pitched whistle that he would do. He wouldn't do it with his two hands like a lot of people do. He would just do it just with his mouth, whistle. And it was really loud. And we would be like, uh, say, 150 meters or a whole soccer field away, and we could still hear him when he would whistle like that, because it was really loud. And so when he would whistle like that, we would come back home for dinner or whatever kind of thing. My grandpa, he also he didn't have a whistle, but he lived on an acreage when I was growing up, and Uh, we would just play anywhere we wanted in the bush around his place. He raised bees and had a big garden and But yeah, he had 40 acres, so we could just play anywhere in the bushes. Um, right next to his plot of land, there were some farmers that had some buffalo. So our property, his property, backed up to that buffalo, and we actually knew the people that lived across there. So we as teenagers, we would climb over the fence and cautiously run to avoid these buffalo who were in this field. They never did get any of us, or they would like look at us, but they never did actually attack us. But we would run. I tell you that much, because buffalo are pretty scary. And so yeah, my grandpa, his way of calling us, it was just a yell. He had like a yell, just a loud, high kind of high pitched yell that he did. And it was, yeah, and he was able to like call off long distances. My grandpa was a land surveyor, so he actually surveyed a lot of the Alaska Highway, and so I don't know, maybe that was a part of, and he did a lot of cut lines actually. So maybe that was a part of, they had to call each other, because my dad, when they first moved here, he worked for my grandpa in the bush. My grandpa just had his own land surveying business kind of thing, just him and maybe one other. Like he always just worked for himself, and just a small self-employed kind of thing. So, um, so yeah, we call. They would call us home. I can't remember. I had a third thought that I was thinking about with regards to like calling home, but um, yeah, all of that to preamble. Um, one of my favorite songs that comes from Les Miserables. If anybody has watched that movie, I looked on Netflix. The musical is on there, and there was actually a in 2012 there was a movie with Hugh Jackman and Russell Crowe that is the musical version put to film, and I only watched that movie once. Not it was really good actually. It was a powerful. It's a good movie. I've never read the book. The book is like around 1,000 pages. Like it's a thick book, but I might do an audio version one day, or read it. It just takes me a long time to read. I'm a slow reader. So yeah, so in this as a preamble to coming home, the that's what we hope when you come back to school, is that you feel welcome. And I guess, yeah, it's like sometimes in your life you can make friends that last forever, or a lifetime. And um, some some of my childhood friends, or anybody has them, anybody has friends that when you meet them or you see them again, my friends from Fort St. John that I grew up with, when I see them again, it's as though no time has passed between our seeing each other, because we know each other when we're just good friends, and no matter what, yeah, we're good friends. There are friendships out there like that no matter what, after even years of not seeing each other, it's like as though there was no time in between. Um, and yeah, it's the friendships that you make in school. I have friends from school. Uh, I was trying to think if I keep in contact with any teachers from K to 12. Yeah, I do. Uh, I have a volleyball coach from high school. He was my vice principal. I keep in contact with him. I just called him a couple weeks ago. We talk on the phone, and so point being, the friends that you make in school truly can last a lifetime. Um, because because you spend so much time at school. It's a big part of your day, and so yeah, might as well make friends that and that's really the goal. We were talking today in our book club, teachers book club, about the idea of inclusion and making everybody included feel included in school. So that is our hope for each student, every single one, is that everybody feels included, um, and welcomed and feel like they belong. Um, so, if for anybody that's ever done P90X, Tony Horton, uh, in his yoga, he does at the very end of the yoga. If anybody's done yoga before, he does these things called ohms after, and he's like, "What's where you do kind of thing?" And he says, as his preamble to doing those ohms, he says, "It's not a religion. It's not anything. It's just ohms, and it's a massage for your nervous system." So, in like manner, that's all this song is too. It's not a religion. It's just a song. From it's called "Bring Him Home" from Les Miserables, like I said. And I'll post after just so that you can hear the better version. I'll post after my favorite version of this song. You can like Google this song, "Bring Him Home," Les Miserables, and there's lots of versions all over the internet. But I'll post my favorite by one of my favorite groups out there. So uh, yeah, here it is then. God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven bless. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly, on and on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, sorry, if I die, let me die, let him live. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. Okay, like I said, I'll post the better version. Um, and also, I guess I was gonna bring up the idea too of the round dance. Um, for anybody that's gonna come this weekend, I think I know there are some teachers that were at least thinking of coming. So yeah, we'll see. But um, yeah. Anyways, this video has turned longer than I thought. Anyways, so I was thinking like 10-ish minutes, or not even actually. So anyways, hope all is well, and we'll see you on Tuesday, hopefully.